Here are the top 5 trades that helped a team win the cup, but in the long run they lost the trade. Starting off with number 5, I have last year's trade that sent Seth Jones to the Panthers for Spencer Knight. Jones played a huge role in helping the Panthers win the cup as he led the team in ice time and was a plus 11. I don't think Panthers fans would complain about another Stanley Cup, but now that Bobrovsky's older and the Panthers are in need of a future goaltender, while Spencer Knight is looking like a Vezina candidate in his first full season with the Blackhawks, it's looking like the Panthers may lose this trade in the long run. At number 4, we have Joe Nieuwendyk for Jarome Iginla. Nieuwendyk played a huge role in the Stars' only cup win, with 6 game-winning goals and the Conn Smythe Trophy for playoff MVP. He also helped the Stars return to the finals next year and had a productive 7 years in Dallas. However, Jarome Iginla would become the face of the Calgary Flames and one of the best players in the 2000s, winning an Art Ross trophy, 2 Rocket Richard trophies, and a Pearson trophy. This one's definitely debatable given that Nieuwendyk literally won the Conn Smythe Trophy and wasn't just some random passenger, but I still think it's difficult to diminish the impact that Iginla had on the Flames and the league. At number 3, we have a 2-for-1, because these trades involved the same team on the same day. During the 1994 trade deadline, the Rangers sent Mike Gartner to the Maple Leafs for Glenn Anderson, and Tony Amonte to the Blackhawks for Stefan Matteau and Brian Noonan. Anderson provided a veteran presence, Matteau scored some huge overtime goals, and Noonan was also a solid contributor to their 1994 Stanley Cup. However, Mike Gartner was a 60-point player and would continue to produce in his last few years. But the big loss here was Tony Amonte, where he would become a consistently great player on the Blackhawks. But at the end of the day, I don't think a single Rangers fan would complain about their 54-year cup drought being broken. Next up, we have the Montreal Canadiens trading Chris Chelios for Denis Savard in 1990. Savard was one of the best forwards in the 1980s, and he was just slightly under a point-per-game player by the time he arrived in Montreal. He helped bring offense to a very defensively oriented team. But ultimately, he didn't play a huge part in their 1993 Cup win, where he just recorded 5 assists in 14 games. Meanwhile, Chris Chelios put up similar points in Chicago as a defenseman, and he would win 2 Norris trophies with the Blackhawks and was one of the best defensemen in the league. Finally, we have the Brett Hall trade that sent him from Calgary to St. Louis for Rob Ramage. Ramage was one of the key defensemen in their 1989 Cup win, but he would leave the team that same offseason. On the other hand, Brett Hall became an immediate superstar in the NHL. And in the 1990-1991 season, Hall recorded the 3rd most goals in a single season of all time. He had 86 goals that season and was the league's MVP. In the 1990s, Hall scored almost 150 more goals than Luc Robitaille in 2nd place. And here's a review of the list. In the comments, let me know which trade you think was the most significant.